Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the moment you start caring less, he suddenly starts caring more? It's almost like magic, but it's not magic. It's psychology. Right now you might feel frustrated. Maybe you've been texting him first, constantly wondering if he's thinking about you, or replaying every little moment in your head, trying to figure out where things went wrong. And yet he feels distant, cold, or even uninterested. Here's the hard truth. Chasing kills attraction. The more you overgive, overtext, and overthink, the less he values your presence. But when you know exactly how to pull back strategically, you flip the dynamic completely. He starts to notice your absence, crave your energy, and miss you like crazy, even if right now it feels impossible. In this video, I'm going to reveal 4 powerful silent rules that trigger his deepest psychological desire to want you, think about you, and reach out to you first. No begging, no games, no manipulation. These rules aren't about playing hard to get. They're about becoming the kind of woman whose presence is unforgettable and whose absence is felt instantly. So, if you've ever wondered, how do I make him miss me without saying a word? Stay with me until the very end. Because once you learn these 4 silent rules, he won't just miss you, he'll chase you. You know that feeling when everything seems perfect at first? He's texting you constantly, calling you just to hear your voice, making plans and giving you all his attention. And then, out of nowhere, he starts to pull away. The texts slow down, the calls stop, and suddenly, you're left wondering, did I do something wrong? Did he lose interest? What happened? Here's the truth. Most of the time, it's not about you at all. Men pull away for a variety of psychological reasons, and understanding them is the first step to responding the right way. Sometimes a man starts to feel emotionally overwhelmed when he senses that the relationship is moving faster than he expected, or he feels too much pressure to commit. His natural instinct is to create distance. It's not because he doesn't like you, it's because he's processing his own emotions. Another reason men pull away is comfort. In the early stages, there's a lot of excitement and novelty, but once the chase slows down, some men subconsciously start withdrawing to test their independence. They want to confirm they still have control over their emotions and choices. Here's the crucial part. When this happens, your reaction determines everything. Most women make one critical mistake. They panic. They start texting more, calling more, and asking, "What's wrong? Did I do something?" But here's the secret. The more you chase, the faster he runs. Instead, the most powerful thing you can do is lean back and give him space. Allow him the time to miss you, to process his feelings, and to realize the value you bring to his life. When you step back, you're silently reminding him of your worth. Think about it like this. Absence creates longing. When you stop being constantly available, you give him room to feel your absence, and that's when the craving begins. This isn't about manipulation. It's about maintaining your energy, confidence, and self-respect. You're showing him, I want you, but I don't need you to feel whole. That energy is magnetic. So instead of overanalyzing every little thing he does, focus on you. Pour your attention into your passions, your goals, your friendships, and your personal growth. When he sees that your happiness doesn't depend on his actions, it triggers an instinct in him to move closer. Remember this: when a man pulls away, don't chase him. Replace that energy with self-love. The ones who are truly meant for you will always come back. And when they do, they'll value you even more. Because the moment you stop running after him, he starts running after you. Silence is one of the most powerful tools you can ever use in relationships. But here's the twist. Most people don't know how or when to use it. When a man starts pulling away, your natural instinct is to do more. Text more, call more, explain yourself more, fight harder to get his attention. But here's the hidden truth. The more you do, the less impact you have. Silence works because it triggers something deep in human psychology, the fear of loss. People value what they feel they might lose. And when you suddenly stop giving your energy, your attention, and your availability, it creates a void. That void forces him to notice your absence and wonder what changed. When you stop over-explaining, over-communicating, and over-giving, you instantly become more mysterious. And mystery is magnetic. The less he knows about what you're thinking, the more his mind starts filling in the blanks. He'll replay your conversations, overanalyze your last text, and question why your energy shifted. That mental tension makes him miss you far more than any long emotional text ever could. But let me be clear. Silence is not the same as playing childish games. This isn't about ghosting, punishing, or trying to manipulate someone into chasing you. It's about creating healthy emotional space so that attraction has room to breathe. When you keep showing up and giving without pause, he doesn't get the chance to feel your absence. It's like music. Without silence between the notes, the melody loses its beauty. The same is true in relationships. Constant noise dulls emotional intensity, but intentional silence makes every interaction more valuable. Here's where most women go wrong. They mistake silence for weakness. They think, if I don't reach out, he'll forget about me. But the opposite is true. Chasing creates pressure, and pressure kills attraction. When you choose silence, you remove that pressure entirely. You shift from pursuing to allowing, and in that space he gets the chance to miss you naturally. Imagine this: he's used to constant attention from you. The good morning texts, the late night calls, the instant replies. Suddenly that energy stops. You're quiet, composed, focused on yourself. At first he might enjoy the space, but then something happens. His curiosity kicks in. He starts wondering, why isn't she texting me? Did something change? Is she losing interest? That curiosity leads to concern, and concern turns into action. This is when you start to see a shift. He reaches out first. He invests more. He puts in the effort you were once giving. And why? Because you gave him the gift of missing you. Silence also gives you power. It gives you time to reflect, reset, and reconnect with your own worth. When you stop obsessing over his every move, you reclaim your energy and start showing up with confidence. That shift in energy is something he can feel, even without words. The power of silence works because it flips the dynamic. Instead of trying to pull him closer, you step back and let him come to you. You create an emotional space where his desire grows naturally, without you forcing it, without begging, without losing your dignity. So remember this: when emotions run high, when confusion hits, when he starts to drift, don't panic, don't chase, don't explain, be silent. Let him feel the weight of your absence, and trust that if he truly values you, he will notice, he will miss you, and he will make the move to close the gap. Because sometimes the loudest message you can ever send is complete silence. One of the biggest mistakes women make in relationships is over-communicating. When you like someone, it's natural to want to share everything, check in often, and stay connected. But here's the hard truth: too much communication kills desire. Think about this for a moment. When you're constantly texting, calling, explaining, and updating him on every little detail of your day, you're leaving no space for curiosity. And curiosity is one of the most powerful forces that drive attraction. Men are wired to crave a sense of mystery and challenge. If you're always available, always responding instantly, and always the one keeping the conversation alive, you unintentionally remove the very thing that keeps his attention hooked: the unknown. This doesn't mean you should play games, ignore him on purpose, or act cold and distant. What it does mean is learning the art of balance. A healthy relationship thrives when there's space for both connection and independence. But when you over-communicate, you risk sending the message that your world revolves around him. And the moment he senses that, his attraction can slowly start to fade. Here's the psychology behind it: scarcity increases value. When something is rare, people want it more. If he knows you're always just one text away, there's no urgency, no excitement, no spark. But when you pull back slightly and allow him to wonder what you're doing, you reintroduce that sense of rarity, and that's when his desire starts to grow. Now, this is where many women struggle. The moment he doesn't reply right away, panic sets in. You start thinking, maybe he's losing interest, maybe I need to send another text, maybe I should call. But here's the secret: the more you try to close the gap, the wider it becomes. Instead, give him the space to miss you. Let him feel the quiet. Let him have the opportunity to reach out first. When you stop over-communicating, you allow him to invest emotionally. And when a man invests, he values you more. Imagine this: you used to send him good morning texts every single day, little reminders throughout the afternoon, and a sweet message before bed. Then one day, you decide to stop initiating. You wait, you focus on yourself, your goals, and your happiness, instead of sitting by the phone. Suddenly, he notices the change. He starts wondering where your messages went. He misses the attention he once took for granted. That's when his effort naturally increases. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding emotional pacing. If you give too much, too fast, you burn out the excitement before it even has a chance to grow. But when you give him just enough to feel connected while still leaving room for mystery, you create a natural pull that keeps him wanting more. The truth is, men are more likely to value your presence when they occasionally feel your absence. By talking less, texting less, and giving him moments of silence, you allow his mind to fill in the blanks. He starts thinking about you on his own, and that's when the dynamic shifts in your favor. So stop over-communicating. Don't always be the first to text. Don't feel pressured to reply instantly. Let him wonder where you are, what you're doing, and who you're with. That subtle shift changes everything. Because when you stop pouring all of your energy into chasing him, you give him the chance to chase you. One of the most powerful ways to make a man miss you, think about you, and chase you is by creating an aura of mystery and intrigue. Attraction thrives on curiosity, and curiosity can't exist when everything about you is predictable, available, and easily understood. When a man knows everything you're doing, thinking, and feeling at all times, he doesn't have to wonder about you. And if he's not wondering, he's not craving you. Mystery creates emotional tension. It makes him lean in closer, because his mind naturally wants to solve the puzzle of who you are and what you're thinking. But here's the key. Mystery isn't about being secretive or manipulative. It's about selective sharing and learning the art of keeping certain pieces of yourself unspoken. You don't have to tell him everything right away, not where you are every hour, not what you're doing every second, and definitely not every thought that crosses your mind. Give him space to be curious. Give him room to wonder. Think about it. When you first meet someone new, the excitement is so intense because there's so much you don't know yet. You're drawn in, you're intrigued, you're excited to uncover the layers. But as soon as everything becomes predictable, that spark fades. That's why keeping a little mystery alive in your dynamic is so powerful. It allows him to constantly rediscover you. This could mean doing things he doesn't expect, trying new hobbies, spending time with friends, pursuing your passions, and focusing on your own growth. When he sees that you have a life outside of him, you become instantly more attractive. You're showing him that your happiness doesn't depend on him, and that independence makes you irresistible. Here's the psychology behind it. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully have or control. If you make yourself completely predictable, his brain doesn't feel the need to work for your attention. But when there's an element of uncertainty, when he doesn't know exactly what you're doing, who you're with, or what's on your mind, he becomes invested. That curiosity drives him to reach out, to ask questions, and to fight for a deeper connection. This doesn't mean playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. Authenticity is key, but instead of oversharing every detail, let him earn access to the deeper parts of you. Make him work a little to get to know the real you. Your thoughts, your dreams, your emotions. That sense of gradual discovery keeps his attention locked on you. Remember, it's not about being distant. It's about being captivating. The most attractive women are the ones who balance warmth with mystery. They're loving, kind, and open, but they don't hand over every piece of themselves right away. They keep a part of their world private, not because they're hiding, but because they understand the power of intrigue. When you maintain this balance, something incredible happens. He starts investing more. He texts first. He plans dates. He asks deeper questions. He tries harder to be a part of your life, because you've given him a reason to chase. So create a little mystery. Let him wonder. Let him work for your attention. When he realizes he doesn't fully have you, he'll feel a powerful pull to get closer. And that's when his longing for you begins to grow stronger than ever. Because the moment you stop being predictable, you become unforgettable. If you really want a man to miss you like crazy and feel deeply connected to you, you have to understand one powerful truth. Men don't fall in love through logic. They fall in love through emotion. And that's where the emotional pull strategy comes in. See, most women try to make a man miss them by focusing on actions, sending the perfect text, giving him attention, or withdrawing completely. But attraction isn't built on strategy alone. It's built on how you make him feel when you're around, and especially when you're not. The emotional pull strategy works because it creates a unique emotional experience that he can't find anywhere else. When you master this, You don't have to beg for attention, chase him, or prove your worth. He naturally gravitates toward you because you've created an emotional connection that sticks. So how does this work? It starts with understanding that men crave a mix of safety and excitement. He wants to feel like you're someone he can trust, but he also wants to feel challenged, inspired, and captivated. When you can give him both, comfort and mystery, stability and excitement, you become unforgettable. Here's an example. Instead of constantly seeking reassurance from him, flip the script and focus on building your own happiness, confidence, and fulfillment. When he sees you thriving, laughing, and glowing without relying on him, something inside him wakes up. He starts thinking, I want to be part of her world. I don't want to lose her. That subtle emotional shift makes him invest more deeply. The key is to trigger positive emotional spikes. That doesn't mean drama or manipulation. It's about creating meaningful experiences together. Share spontaneous adventures, make inside jokes, create memories that only the two of you share. When he associates you with these intense, joyful moments, your presence becomes addictive. And here's the secret. When you step back and give him space after creating those emotional highs, his brain naturally craves more of you. But here's where most people get it wrong. They focus on constant communication instead of quality interactions. If every conversation revolves around the same topics, it becomes routine, and routine doesn't create longing. Instead, sprinkle in moments that surprise him, make him laugh, make him curious, and make him feel seen. When he feels that emotional spark with you, silence becomes even more powerful, because he's left replaying those moments over and over in his head. The emotional pull strategy also relies on emotional contrast, the perfect balance between being present and stepping back. If you're always available, he doesn't have the chance to miss you. But when you give him bursts of deep connection, and then gracefully create space, his desire builds naturally. It's not about withholding love. It's about letting him experience the impact of your absence after he's felt the power of your presence. When you combine emotional highs, mystery, and balance, you create a magnetic energy he can't resist. He begins to crave your attention, your laughter, your warmth, not because you begged for it, but because you've shown him what life with you feels like, and his heart doesn't want to lose it. This is the essence of the emotional pull strategy. Stop focusing on what to say, and start focusing on what he will feel. If you can leave him smiling, curious, and replaying your moments in his mind, you'll have created an emotional bond that keeps pulling him back to you, again and again. Because when a man connects with you on an emotional level, he doesn't just miss you, he can't let you go. Now that you've learned the 4 silent rules that make him miss you like crazy, I want to give you some powerful bonus tips that will make him crave you, value you, and think about you constantly, even when you're not around. The truth is, attraction isn't just about physical appearance or the right words. It's about energy, presence, and emotional depth. When you shift how you show up in a relationship, you naturally trigger a man's deepest instincts to chase you, commit to you, and hold on to you. The first bonus tip is this: become unpredictable in the best possible way. When you're too predictable, his mind relaxes and he feels like he already has you. But when you add little elements of surprise, like trying something new, breaking routine, or showing a different side of yourself, you create emotional spikes that keep him engaged. It could be as simple as changing up your look, suggesting a spontaneous date, or sharing an unexpected story about yourself. These small surprises trigger dopamine in his brain, making him associate excitement and pleasure with being around you. The second tip is to tap into the power of your independence. Men are drawn to women who have their own lives, passions, and goals. When you're deeply fulfilled on your own, you project confidence and strength, and that energy is magnetic. Spend time nurturing your friendships, diving into your hobbies, and investing in your personal growth. The more you focus on building a life you love, the more he'll naturally want to be part of it. Independence makes him chase you harder because he feels he's pursuing someone rare, someone who doesn't need him to be whole, but chooses to be with him anyway. Next, let's talk about emotional contrast, a concept that keeps relationships exciting and addictive. Human beings crave variety, and relationships thrive when there's a natural rhythm between closeness and space. Sometimes lean in and give him your warmth, attention, and affection. Other times gracefully lean back and give him room to miss you. That gentle push and pull keeps his emotions active, preventing the relationship from feeling stagnant or one-sided. It's this balance that makes him want you more and more over time. Another powerful tip is to become the safe space he can't find anywhere else. Most men don't openly share their fears, doubts, and insecurities with just anyone. But if you create an environment where he feels accepted and understood, without judgment or pressure, you become emotionally irreplaceable. When he feels safe to be vulnerable with you, his emotional attachment deepens naturally. That sense of comfort, paired with your mysterious energy, creates a perfect balance that keeps him thinking about you long after you're gone. Also, don't underestimate the impact of confidence and self-worth. Men are naturally drawn to women who know their value. When you set healthy boundaries, respect yourself, and never settle for less than you deserve, you send a powerful message: I'm someone worth fighting for. And when you truly believe that, he starts believing it too. Finally, remember this: less is often more. You don't have to overgive, overtext, or overexplain to win his attention. Give just enough of yourself to spark curiosity and connection, then allow him to invest energy back into you. When he has to work a little harder to earn your time, your love, and your attention, his brain naturally assigns more value to you. It's basic psychology. We cherish what we earn far more than what's handed to us effortlessly. These bonus tips work because they shift the dynamic from chasing him to attracting him. You're no longer trying to force his attention or demand his love. Instead, you're creating an irresistible energy that pulls him toward you without you even trying. He'll start thinking about you constantly, replaying memories in his head, and craving more of your presence, not because you asked him to, but because his emotions leave him no choice. So, the next time you wonder how to make him crave you, remember this: it's not about saying more, doing more, or giving more. It's about showing up as the most confident, magnetic, and emotionally grounded version of yourself. When you combine independence, unpredictability, emotional connection, and mystery, you become unforgettable. And once a man realizes he can't replace the way you make him feel, he'll never want to let you go. If you've made it this far, it already says something powerful about you. You're someone who's ready to take control of your love life and step into your true value. You're not here to chase, beg, or overgive. You're here to understand the psychology of attraction and create a dynamic where he craves you, misses you, and fights to keep you in his life. Let's take a moment to recap what we've uncovered in this video. We talked about the 4 silent rules, strategies that don't require endless texting, over-explaining, or forcing his attention. First, you learn the power of silence, the ability to create emotional tension simply by stepping back and allowing him to feel your absence. Then we discussed why you must stop over-communicating so you can bring back curiosity and value into the connection. After that, we dove into how to create mystery and intrigue, showing you the importance of keeping certain parts of yourself private and unpredictable. Finally, we explored the emotional pull strategy, where you learn to build powerful emotional connections that leave a lasting impact on his heart and mind. And with the bonus tips, you now have the tools to become the kind of woman who is magnetic, unforgettable, and deeply desired. But here's the truth: all of this only works if you apply it. Knowledge without action changes nothing. So here's your action plan. Starting today, make a conscious decision to pull your energy back. Stop giving more than you're receiving. Stop over-explaining and over-chasing. Instead, focus on yourself, your growth, your passions, your happiness. The more you shift your attention inward, the more naturally you become the woman he can't stop thinking about. I also want you to watch this video more than once if you need to. Every time you revisit these concepts, you'll understand them on a deeper level. And the next time he starts pulling away, you won't panic. You'll know exactly what to do. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these silent rules do you think you'll start applying first? Is it silence, mystery, or emotional connection? Your answers might inspire someone else who's going through the same situation right now. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more content like this. We're building a space where women like you can step into their power and create relationships filled with passion, respect, and deep emotional connection. Remember this: you are enough exactly as you are. You don't have to chase love. You attract it by becoming the best version of yourself. And when you do, he won't just miss you, he'll fight to keep you.